Welcome guys to Kiyogami66's attempt at the end run of Pokemon Red. Now, I've had at least one guy made a comment, and I think that might actually be causing confusion just because, no, this is not a Nuzlocke. This is a whole different challenge in mind. The challenge is that, if my Pokemon faint, I don't care about that. If they faint, they faint. It's whatever. It's not the Nuzlocke where if they faint, they're dead, and I have to get rid of them. No. This is the end challenge where every time I beat a gym or beat my designated rival, I get rid of my Pokemon team at the time. Now, there are exceptions to the rules, such as Bulbasaur that we have. He gets to stay. No matter what happens, he gets to stay. Because the professor gave us Bulbasaur, so we ain't getting rid of him anytime soon, because he's our lifeline. And by that consideration, we're his lifeline. I can only catch Pokemon between those accessible point areas. So when I beat Brock, all the Pokemon areas that I went up to at that point, I can't use them ever again. I have to move on to the next area. We have to keep going further and further in. Some of them are fluff rules, like I can't nickname a Pokemon, and I can't use an HM slave. We haven't encountered it in HM, so we don't have to worry about that, but when we get there, we'll get there. When I get to the champion and the Elite Four, which are the big head honchos of the region, I have to have a team of 5, and it has to have a legendary on that team as well. How I get to that point is another rule where after the 5th gym, I can start keeping one Pokemon from each team, so that helps me build out a Pokemon team at the very end of the game. That's pretty much it for the end run. If they faint, I still keep them. They're just knocked out. That's all it is. Instead of yapping my head off here, where we left off, we got Kakuna, we got our Bulbasaur, so now we can move through Viridian Forest, no issue. So let's just keep moving on that, keep following through. I would love to sing We're on the Road to Viridian City, but we had passed that city, so we have to commit to going through the Viridian Forest. So let's see what kind of shenanigans we can get ourselves into. Let me see if I can bug this guy. That was a very late part of the music there. Alright, so let's see what we got. Dealing with a Weedle. Joke's on you, I got Kakuna. And oh god, I forgot to heal him. So, I'm a moron. But we might be able to get through with bad computer skills. Probably not. I am a moron. I'm still surprised that Kakuna did not get hardened in the last one, and there we go with the get into 2 HP. Okay, so Pokemon, Bulbasaur, we're gonna just switch that out. Again, I don't mind if they faint, but it would be a very annoying bit to say, oh hey, I'm not gonna head back to the Pokemon Center after talking, you know, big smack on that. Now, the other goal would be to capture any other Pokemon here in this forest. No. Yeah. So we're just gonna beat him. I forgot. I'm a dummy. So we're just gonna go with Kakuna's one big weakness, static damage. I don't care if he raises his defense, we're gonna get passive health back anyway. It's not like he's gonna be able to do any sort of damage to us anyway. In regards to bug Pokemon, at least with the early generations here, I did like how they presented out Butterfree, in the anime. But Beedrill is such a cool Pokemon. Just by design, it's just a bee, a big friggin' bee with drill hands, and I love that. You have to give some respect to the bee. Now we're probably gonna have to grind out getting the Beedrill here, since I really need something strong against Brock when we get to that point. Even though bug Pokemon are like the worst against Brock. If we can find a potion in this freaking forest, like the one I stupidly threw away, we might be able to save Kakuna here. But for right now, Bulbasaur is our tank. He is our rock in this forest. Bulbasaur very strong, if you didn't know, and if people want to argue about that, they're wrong. I will fight someone on this. Bulbasaur is underrated because Charmander exists and Charizard exists. Blastoise is kind of like that middle child where it's just like he's cool, but also like his utility is limited to the first gym and like later on down the line. Whereas Bulbasaur, he's immediately good against the first two sets of gyms. And technically speaking, if we get to the last gym, he's kind of good against that gym too. So Bulbasaur is really good. And by his extension, his evolutions are really good. Charmander's cute. Squirtle's cute. Bulbasaur, boss. And just like that, Kid could not do really any damage to the boy. Now we're probably gonna have to do the swap-in training effect to make sure that we can at least get Kakuna being A-okay by the end of this run. Unless, of course, Viridian Forest is going to be extremely kind to me and just let me go through the zigzag patterns with no issue. Let's go with this ball. That was too clean of a run there. And we get the potion. Just as we're about to exit the Viridian Forest. Man, I feel like a punk not doing anything for you guys in the last one, just focusing on getting a Kakuna. Man, I feel bad. Let's just get through this one part. Man, Kakuna, alright. Well, let's just swap that there. See, this is where I almost prefer Pokemon Yellow a little bit, because eventually I think you can actually find a Pidgeotto in there that's before evolution standards. Technically, you could find Pikachus here, but that is such a rare drop. I think it's like 5% of Viridian Forest. But we're just gonna let Bulbasaur do his thing. Beat the crap out of a Kakuna. It's gonna take a while, because Tackle is not exactly Bulbasaur's best move. If we can get Vine Whip or Razor Leaf on this kid, Brock is going to be chump change. I will bring Brock to his knees before anything happens. But of course, that requires us to actually do anything cool, like getting a Beedrill out of all this. I would love to get a Beedrill, but I don't want to. I don't want to really subject you guys too much grinding compared to like what we did. I mean, it's gonna be kind of easier for me because I can actually make the thing like speed up a little bit. Oh my god. Actually, you know what? We're gonna run. That just so we can get through this guy. This guy, mad respect, at least a little bit to him, just because he's got a level 9 Weedle. This guy said, screw getting a Kakuna, I'm just having Weedle. I just want to make sure I can just use the Leech Seed on this one, just so we're mitigating some damage here too. Because there's at least, again, one other Pokemon I want to get before I face Brock, just to make sure I can get through that challenge. And that's at least see if I can get myself a Nidoran, which is not in the forest. Now luckily Weedle is kind of weak. And we're just mitigating damage through Leech Seed. Because if this was the other two starters, with the amount of poison stings that have been shot out of this whole deal, we probably would have been dealing with more antidote poisoning issues overall. But by picking a poison type early on, again, Bulbasaur being peak in this, we can actually get through without having to be poisoned unnecessarily. Oh man, Viridian Forest is so easy. Let's talk to this guy. I like how he mentions about the whole thing about cut. You don't deal with cut until like 2 towns over. So it's like, cool, you can cut. Great. It gives you that idea of like motivation and like, oh yeah, you're gonna be able to get cut soon. That'll be really cool for you. It's like, but it takes so long to get cut. Now, the town that we're in is called Pewter City. There's not a whole lot here in Pewter City that we can necessarily get. So we're just going to talk to some of these guys. This guy tells us about how Jigglypuff's best move, Sing, causes issues. This old guy tells you about Team Rocket, which is the first time that you actually hear about Team Rocket. And we'll get to see them when we get to the next big mountain area. Yeah. And this guy complains about all bug catchers, whereas like Brock's like a rock guy, which takes out bugs. And this guy tells you how to make it easier to capture Pokemon. And this guy tells you, hey, by the way, like, moves, Pokemon can learn moves based on their level, but other than that, other moves are gained by giving them TMs. Now, we have not encountered TMs yet, but eventually. Now, I only said yes because this guy will drag you over there, and we don't want to be dragged to a place that we don't want to go to yet. Okay, so this guy, he said he bought a Pokemon from an old man. If I was Ed, I would make sure I would actually buy the Pokemon from the old guy, just to make sure that I can get one of the best Pokemon here in the game. And which leads us to another rule I forgot to mention for the end challenge. If I'm given a Pokemon, that guy is optional of whether or not I want to get rid of him or not. So, personally, I would love to have Gyarados as a strong water type, and we're going to probably use him for the majority of our adventure when we get to that point. I am more of a Lapras guy. That's cute. She has a Nidoran. Now this guy tells you that if you get a Pokemon from a trade from someone else, it grows faster, but without any badges, we won't be able to keep its attention. There's a built-in mechanic in the game, that way like people aren't cheesing the game with Pokemon they got from another game, brought it over and just tried to skip through the whole game that way. Now, I'm only going to do slight grinding here for our boy Kakuna. Only because I'm fishing for a Nidoran, but I really, really, really want to get Kakuna to evolve. Is he going to be the most helpful against Brock? Probably not, but poisoning the gym leader is still a really good thing to do because it's free damage, it's free real estate. Now, if I'm allowed to keep one Pokemon, such as Bulbasaur, throughout my entire adventure, right? Why do I bother having to train out Kakuna? There's a thing in this game that basically you do not want to just train one Pokemon all the time because they only have so much health. Even as great as Bulbasaur is, we're going to come to at least a guy who has Fire-type Pokemon, and he's going to beat the crap out of our Bulbasaur. And we don't want that. We have to deal with Blue, and Blue has that Fire Pokemon. So we need to make sure we have at least a good amount of Pokemon on our teams, so that way we can actually fight him on an equal-ish pace. Now, why am I not going after Pidgeys? Pidgeys are glass. They are flying type Pokemon, which are weak against rock type Pokemon. And if Brock is smart, he probably has a rock throw on at least one of those. And we can't do Pidgey logic. How is our Pokemon doing, by the way? How is Kakuna doing? In the sense of experience. Okay, so we need to get him up to level 10. This is probably going to take a little while, because again, we need him. That's the thing. We need him to at least be the earliest, strongest bug type that we can get. Dude, Rattata. Love to see him. If anything, what I'll do is that I'll be nice, I'll try to get Kakuna up to level 9. And see if by facing the gym trainers, that would be the difference in dealing with that. But I just need to get him to level 9 first, because, I mean, the boy deserves it. Kakuna deserves to be like, yo dog, I beat a human gym leader, and then this human let me go. Like, I got to fulfill a dream kind of thing. And I'm all for fulfilling dreams. Pewter City and Viridian Forest deserve to have a giant bee nearby that knows what the hell is up. I just want to check on something real quick, because why not? 271. That is going to be a while, so we're not going to actually deal that for our poor Kakuna buddy. So what we're going to do is that we're probably just going to go do the gym right then, right there. See if we can actually handle the challenge with just 2 Pokemon. Because what if we get ballsy? Again, this is not a Nuzlocke, so I don't have to really worry about a Pokemon getting knocked out and then I have to release that one being like, oh no, what will I ever do? What are you doing? Oh yeah, okay, so cool thing with that is that there's a belief in the Pokemon games that Clefairy came from the moon because they have to do a bunch of moon-related stuff. But we don't have that yet. We're going to deal with that soon. Now, if you read these statues, it tells you a little bit about the gym itself. So this is the Pewter City Pokemon Gym. The leader is Brock. And it tells you the winning trainers. This means Blue has already gotten here and beat this guy before you. And this guy, love him, he always believes in you no matter what. So, he's invested in you. And I love that. And he tells you how to actually like do a little bit of Pokemon battling for the most part. In newer games, they'll actually kind of tell you a little bit about the trainer itself that you're actually going to be dealing with. But I've already played this game. I've already told you what Brock is all about. Brock is all about them rock types. So we're going to have to be dealing with most likely a bunch of rock type Pokemon coming in through here. But there's also a lack of rock type Pokemon that exist in the game. So they like to throw out just pure ground Pokemon, like Diglett here. Yeah, so our boy is going to have a tough time unless we can actually get a poison out on this. Let's go with one more for a gutsy maneuver. And see if we can get a poison out. No? Okay. Actually, yeah, no. We're gonna have to do this. Because if we want Kakuna to get to Beedrill before we can actually get to Brock, we have to actually let him, you know, live. So we're gonna do a Growl. See if we can actually buy some time here. I know, I don't use status moves that often. Except for, you know, Leech Seed and... Man, if I only had Absorb, this would be great. But we are getting our butts handed to us unless we can actually do some damage here. Bulbasaur Sack missed. That's not good. Critical hit on us. We are probably gonna lose to this junior trainer. I am sorry, my dudes. And knockout. Double critical hit back to back. We just got our hubris handed back to us immaculately. That the game just told us you do not deserve to be here just yet, you punk. And you know what? Mad respect to the game. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if we can catch a well, something other than a Weedle. Let's go with that. Something other than a Weedle. But of course, again, cheap experience. We might as well give Kakuna something here. So let's try to go for another Rattata. Probably see if we can get one that's like a level 4 or a level 5. Something that we don't have to invest too hard into. Just to deal with some dumb stuff that's going to be happening in the game. Man, this Weedle feels like he's tougher than what he should be. Now let's take a dip into the Viridian Forest. Worst case scenario, we do find a Pikachu. I would love to get a Pikachu. Pikachu would be useless against Brock though, but it makes me feel better. To encounter nothing. Aw, hell yeah! There's a Pikachu right there. Let's, you know what, just for the sake of argument... Okay, now we're on timer. Now we have to actually catch this Pikachu. But see, that's the move that we want, the Thunder Shock. So, let's do this. I've already poisoned him, I already did a bunch of that stuff, so we're just gonna go with a straight up Pokeball catch. That might be the thing that might actually get us the win here. Oh, there we go. We caught the mascot, guys. We are the best. No. Now that we actually have a poison Pokemon, I want to show off something. So, whenever you walk, you see that little flash or hear that little noise, the weird metallic noise. That means our poison Pokemon took damage as we walked. So that's why we have these antidotes, so we can actually cure them of the poison. So we don't have to worry about that. So that's pretty peak for us that we actually found a Pikachu out there. We're probably gonna just do the little healing for the PP gain and get the Pikachu up there. I don't know how effective Pikachu is gonna be in the sense of the gym challenge, but it wouldn't hurt to actually have another Pokemon serve as like kind of a secondary layer that we might need. So let's go down there again. And try this out. Oh, I want to actually switch them out. There we go. Alright. See if we can actually, Now see, this is going to be easy grinding out, against Pidgeys here. Because Pikachu, he's an electric type, which means bird Pokemon hate electric types. So we can actually do a lot of damage against them, no matter what they're going to do to us. Because we can at least two-shot a Pidgey, no problem. Which means any Pidgeys that we come across, dead. Man, all these Weedles showing up here instead of like mostly the Viridian Forest, wacky. Pure wacky. And you can't, like, I can't be mad at that, like, what, that one NPC that's just like, oh, there's so many bug type catchers out here. They're nothing like Brock. It's just like, if there's so many goddamn Weedles out here right next to the Viridian Forest, of course you're gonna have guys who are gonna specialize more in capturing bugs. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, it made sense. Oh, I didn't want the Pokedex. I'm just curious about kicking on this one, just to see. 62. If we can actually get a couple more high knockouts, we might actually get the Beedrill at the most part. Fine. You know what? Fate is telling us that we need more Pidgeys. So what we could probably do is that, I hate to do it, but we might just have to capture a Pidgey just to make sure that we can actually get through the challenge itself. It's not like I have to keep a Pidgey anyway. I'll do one more poison thing and I'll capture it. We'll capture this Pidgey, we'll actually train this Pidgey. As unfortunate as it is. I hate Pidgey. I like Pidgeotto. Not Pidgeot so much. Pidgeotto had like the best design out of the two. There's a tabletop that I play with my friends on the weekend, where you use Pokemon, and it's called Pokemon Tabletop United. And the fun aspect to that is that you can take Pokemon like Pidgey or Pidgeotto, even Weedle. Oh, it's level 3. We have to take our lumps somewhere, right? And you can take Pokemon, especially like Grassada, one of the Pokemon that is like considered like the most useless Pokemon in the franchise, just like going forward on that. Like, getting that guy to be a viable Pokemon to use is something I'm very invested in that game itself. Because I do firmly believe that all Pokemon are potentially good. And yeah, it's just one of those cases. I love the fact that like Pokemon can be considered good depending on the context and use. So we're gonna train out this Pikachu just a little bit because I know we're gonna be running into more other Pokemon that we may not be so savory to. Man, barely a move. I held the key for right, and it was just like, oh yeah, you're gonna do that? Alright. Oh yeah, good old-fashioned bird fight. Someone call Jontron because there's a birdemic up in here. I love the mental image of seeing just two tiny birds throwing, like, gusts of wind at each other. The mental image is amazing. Even though our Pidgey just sucked a big one by losing to that other Pidgey. But we don't need to keep these guys all the way. Mostly they're fodder. And I hate to say it, but in the sense of a challenge like this, you kind of have to take a little bit of a step back on each one. Oh, I messed that one up, didn't I? Yeah, it's gonna be Kakuna. Well, what if this is the one that makes Kakuna evolve? Why not, right? Because that's the thing that we need in our life, is for Kakuna to actually evolve. Makes good use of the video timer. Ah. Man, that was actually kind of close. Not gonna lie. But he's level 10. It doesn't matter. And now you get to see the bee. Heck yeah. Do not tell me that a 10-year-old playing that for the first time, seeing that happen, would not think that is the coolest darn thing in the world. It is a giant bee with drill hands. Come on. Such a good design. It's like how, like, Sonic the Hedgehog is still a relevant character nowadays just because of, like, nostalgia and its design. You see Sonic, you remember good things about Sonic even through all the bad stuff, but he's so endearing just because of his design and the games that he had. So now we have a Beedrill, so we can actually show off the stats here. His speed and his attack is actually pretty good. Special, not so much, it's just a little higher than his defense. But he doesn't have any, like, special attacks, so we don't really worry about him so much. He's just kind of there. So we're going to put Beedrill on the bottom here. Just because we don't necessarily need him right now. We're going to need him for the gym badges and stuff like that. But we don't need him super hardcore. Like, we're probably going to use Bulbasaur a lot more in that fight than anything. But we do need to at least buff up the Pidgey a little bit. At least get him, like, 2 more levels. Maybe the Pikachu, like, 1 more level. Get the Rattata at least 3. And by having that kind of a solid set of bodies, we can at least get through the level 11 Diglett. You know? I'm almost imagining every time it's like he shoots a gust of wind, it's like, eh, eh. If we can run to a Kakuna, we can actually do some, Speak of the devil, I am Sometimes when I call it, I'm calling it too well, you know? Look, Kakuna, dude, you just can't be hardening your way through life. You have to actually do some damage, my dude. Grab life by the poison sting. Do you get one more Kakuna out of this? Nah, Weedle. Sadness. I was like, can we keep the streak going of Kakuna action? No. That'd be too good. Ah, Metapod. Buddy. No, that means there's Caterpies around here, and there's just a very low chance that we've been encountering them. Well, let's capture him for the Pokedex. Like, we should... How dare you? How dare you break out of Pokeball? One more whack. Sir. Mr. Pod. You stay in the ball. There we go. Sadly, we put too much investment into Beedrill. If we find a Caterpie, it'll make me really sad. Because all the time we could have just had a Caterpie, but we've had a Beedrill instead. Don't worry, there are other games in which we may be able to partake in the Butterfree lifestyle. But this playthrough will not be that playthrough. There we go. There we go. Good solid move from Rattata, Quick Attack. So, Quick Attack in the Pokemon games, what it does is that you get to attack first, regardless of your speed. Which is very great for slower Pokemon, but a surefire way to make sure that your fast Pokemon will always attack first regardless, because it also is based off of your Pokemon's own speed stat if the opponent is using a Quick Attack. This is great for slow Pokemon, but it's really good for fast Pokemon, because it ensures that their speed actually matters in that final part. Alright, fool. I'm light years away from facing Brock. That's just a matter of distance. And I can go the distance. Not that much. That's a critical hit. We don't like seeing those. This is why we're training up other Pokemon to help out in this regard, because if all Digltt's gonna do is use Scratch... But compared to last time, we did a lot better. We actually did some damage to this little guy. Yeah, you know, let's snipe this guy real quick with the Beedrill. Critical hit that we didn't need. We can't really do a switch out on this one, can we? We have to bank on some poisoning. Yeah, because Sandshrew actually has some decent defenses for this early playthrough. Can we get a poison? There we go. That's what we're talking about. Beedrill may go down, but he is going to assure that Bulbasaur will actually make it through. Now, why am I only talking up Bulbasaur here instead of like bringing Pikachu? Pikachu's attack will not work on ground-type Pokemon. So, as great as Pikachu is, he sucks at this first gym. But this is where Bulbasaur being kind of like a tank actually helps us out a little bit. Because he'll take poison damage, but we'll get health back. So he's taking twice as much dot damage than what he's going to be capable of throwing at us. We're playing the longest game. We're playing kind of one of my favorite tactics in Pokemon, to be honest, stall tactics. Where you just build up for one Pokemon. Because he will die before I die. And this is our mutually shared destruction that we're going for. Because even if he knocks out, if somehow Sandshrew with that low amount of health, nope, we win. Doesn't matter. I was gonna say it's like even if we lost with Bulbasaur there, we still had Metapod. Yeah, see, even he measures his distance. So there's Brock right there. But we just went through a butt whooping from the one kid in there using only ground Pokemon. So we're gonna go back and get a little bit of healing before we deal with Brock. There we go. So this helps us out a little bit now. I'm feeling a little confident because we got rid of the one guy that's just like we have nothing really against this kid. We don't have much against Brock either because both of these guys are also ground type. But we gotta do something, you know? So let's try Brock. Let's let my hubris get the better of me, and let's try Brock. Now we're going to experience some music change. I love this freaking song. And like that, nothing has changed. Defense Crow raised his defense, I tried lowering his defense. Man, we're having a bad time. And if that's our crit, we're gonna really have a bad time. Owie. That does not help us. I don't know why I did that. I was just spamming. But we can probably help out a little bit, at least by using Growl. And just as an example to show you type effectiveness, let's go with the Electric for the Thunder Shock. And see, it does not affect enemy Geodude. And that's just because he's a ground type. You can't use that. Just as an example. I know like Pikachu is just going to be swapped out. Here. So I can have Bulbasaur come in and get the chip damage in because Geodude is now defense curling it up. He's making it just a wee bit difficult to deal with here. We don't have any other attacking moves for him. So the best we can do is go in for the chip damage. Oh, why don't we go in with Beedrill? Because this is not the only guy we gotta deal with. We've got to deal with Brock's ace in his ranks, his Onix. And Onix has a gimmick, if they kept up with the original gimmick of it, where Onix has a move called Bide. And any damage that's done to him, he'll just return it back to us. So we do need, like, chip damage to go off, because it doesn't count the chip damage from hit point loss. But if we can beat Brock in this episode, in this stream, oh boy, would I be so happy. I'll be a little sad because we just worked up all these Pokemon for this episode. But boy howdy, getting to move on from this route that we're in, and I can actually show you guys the sadness that would come from the end challenge in this regard. Level 13, there we go. That's what we wanted. We just have a critical moment right here. We just got a grass type move against Onix. So we're gonna swap out for just a second because Onix has good physical defense. And we are gonna try to weaken him down a little bit before we get to that point. So we're gonna just try to go with Beedrill trying to Poison Sting him. And we got Screech. Screech lowers defense greatly. That's 2 combat stages down. Beedrill, come on, dude. 3 misses in a row. Okay, so that's the move Bide. Beedrill, my dude. Beedrill's just been missing. He has not gotten a stage down in anything. He can't miss. He can't hit the target. Watch, the one time we actually do manage to hit, they'll poison. No. We hit and it's a critical hit. At least we critical hitted him on this one beforehand. My god, can we not hit Onix? Is it because, well, Onix is high speed. And I'm wondering if speed has to do indication with the evasion, which I think it does. But we just need 1 poison. We need 1 poison to be any amount of effective here. Man. This is not going to be good for the rest of us if we're going to actually have this kind of issue for this. Give me a poison, my dude. Man, this actually might be a little harder than I was expecting. Bulbasaur? Okay. The one move that I was worried that we'd actually miss with, we actually hit with. Oh, this is gonna be rough because I just did something dumb here. Not that, that's smart. That. Or not. Wacky. Alright. You know what? Lesson learned here. Bulbasaur using that is just gonna automatically destroy Onyx. Alright. I took you for granted. As proof of your victory, here's the Boulder Badge. And then we received the Boulder Badge. That's an official Pokemon League badge. Its bearer's Pokemon become more powerful. The technique Flash can now be used at any time. And then we got a lot of money. Wait, take this with you. Brock, can you look at me when you're speaking to me? Okay. So we got a TM, or a technical machine, and it's only good once, so we have to teach it to a Pokemon that we really want to teach it to, because if we regret it otherwise, we can't do it again. And he gives us Bide. So we'll absorb damage and then pay it back double if we get whacked with any of that stuff. And now we go to the statue down here, and it tells us about the winning trainers, and we got our names there. And what of our buddy? And he's just like, just as I thought. You're Pokemon champ material. Now, we won the gym. So unfortunately, as per the rules of the End Challenge, we have to give up our Pokemon. Except for Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur we get to keep. But we're gonna send them off with a good hoorah. We're gonna heal them up, making sure they're A-okay. Go to our PC here. And we're gonna deposit every Pokemon that we encountered. Except for Bulbasaur, again. And now, we release them. Goodbye, Rattata. Goodbye, Pidgey. Goodbye, Pikachu. And goodbye, Beedrill, man. It's nice knowing them. Well, I mean, we did it, guys. I mean, we got through the first steps of the Pokemon Challenge out of the way, which is having to deal with Brock and even losing our Pokemon for the first time to the end run. I think I'll end it. I think I'll end the stream in the video, maybe on our first new friend, because now we can go over here. We can go to this route. I think it was leave you Finagler, right? No, okay, so we actually have to deal with these people. In an unfortunate case there. You looked at me, didn't you? I'm like, well, I mean, you were gonna look at me and then we were gonna fight anyway, so one way or another, we were gonna have to get to this point last. So let's do our... Ooh, I missed. Owie. Let's not risk that. Let's go with this. Let's go with the attack. Ah. Oh, we missed. And she's going to try to make sure that we keep missing. Okay. Man, you just really want to make sure that we do not hit you whatsoever. There we go. Well, we can't switch. I don't know why they give us the option to switch. But welcome to the... Oh, I forgot Metapod. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the Pokemon Center and get rid of Metapod. I forgot we had him on the bottom there. We didn't use Metapod whatsoever there, and yet here we are. Oh my god, maximum accuracy lower. We're gonna have a bad time if we don't knock him out in one more go. Oh my god. Bulbasaur coming in for the clutch, my dude. Well, let me fix that real quick. Sorry, Metapod, I forgot you existed for a moment there. I forgot you existed there for a moment, my dude. Let's heal Bulbasaur real quick because he just had to deal with sand in his eyes from double Daryl action of Pokemon. And then we release the Metapod. No, we're backing out. Back out, back out. B. There we go. Alright. We return to our challenge of trying to get at least through this route that we're going to be coming across. It's going to have a lot of trainers that we have to deal with. I want to see if I can at least get halfway through, because it'd be annoying as hell to deal with these guys later with just one Pokemon. And we get to meet our buddy again. Insulting. Level 10 Caterpie. They literally want to throw this in my face. They insult me with just having a level 10 Caterpie. There we go. Solid knockout there. Pop that there. Gotta get rid of them Weedles, dude. It's like, what are you gonna do? Oh boy. Again, very good that we actually have a Pokemon that cannot get poisoned, or else this would be even more annoying with all the poison stings. Level 15. Nice. Double insult from the bug catcher. Alright. It'd be really nice to get like Absorb at some point, or the ability to use like Poison Powder or something like that. I love this kid. He loves shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear. And I think his next line is like when you talk to him again, he's just like, I wear them all year round. I'm like, oh my god, even in the winter, kid? I was never that kid that would wear like shorts or flip-flops when it was winter. Because I used to live in Indiana and Michigan and Missouri. And winters would get cold. And I would see kids that would actually wear flip-flops with socks and have shorts. And I had to wonder what the heck was wrong with them. Like, how do you exist outside of the normal sphere of, you know, of like the body's normal like regulations of temperature? Like, I'd be cold. Like, thank goodness I live in Florida, or else I'd be just having problems all the time, all year round. We get like maybe the week of cold down here in Florida for like during the winter, but that's about it. That's really the only time I'll actually bust out the leather jacket just so I can have something insular. Ah, Ekans. Such a great Pokemon, Ekans. Too bad Ekans and Arbok are just not that good in this game. Or else I'd be like, oh yeah, I'd love to be able to get one of these guys. Oh god, Leer. Leer with a hard seizure, brief seizure warning. The double whammy of you're cursed. Either way, you're gonna be stuck having to go through these people at some point. So you might as well just get her grouped up in one spot and then deal with her as is. At least the benefit for these guys is that they have the advantage of just being good XP gains as trainers, instead of just having to deal with just random wild Pokemon. Oh, and if anyone who isn't experienced, like, why wouldn't I just walk away from Pewter City and move this way for the better experience? Because there was a guy that was gonna hang out at the entrance there, entrance to that route. And we were not going to be able to walk by him. He was actually going to take us to the gym to be like, hey, battle Brock. We would have been forced to battle Brock anyway. So we just did the thing that I knew we would have to do for all that. Are we going to experience Bulbasaur's evolution? Nidoran? Oh man. This game is now actually just trying to make fun of me here. Because, like, oh, hey, you wanted the Nidoran? Here's one. It belongs to someone else, though. Screw you, guy. missed. Well, he failed. So, either or. For every turn you do a status, I just gain more health. I will never die. I don't want to be nice, you were the one that attacked me. And our boy's evolving. Look at him. He goes from frog with bulb on back to frog with flower on back. Oh. We got to see our boy evolve, so we're pretty good on this one for right now. I'd say this was a pretty successful one. We beat Brock. We got our boy Beedrill. We're making our way to Mount Moon, where we actually get to encounter a wider diversity of Pokemon that we will soon be able to adopt and evolve along our way. So, thank you all for showing up in the stream. Thank you for being any amount of supportive. This video is going to be heading up on YouTube roughly tomorrow. I have to get through some edits on that one first, but you'll be able to see a cleaner cut version of what happened on the stream here over there on YouTube at Ikiogami66. Drop a like, give a share, show this to anyone else off. Just remember that this is not a Nuzlocke, this is an end run, so we got a whole different set of rules to follow by, and I'll even put the rules in the description of the YouTube video below. So, like I said, drop a like, give a share. You guys have a good one. Have a nice day, and drink lots of water. Alrighty, guys. Have a good one. Bye. Bye.